the run game, obviously San Diego presented its problems with that front, but there's just a spark that appeared when Charlie Volker took the field. What growth have you seen from him from last year to this year?
It's all the little details. He's catching the ball better. His route running's better. He's blocking better. He's more confident and decisive in his runs. But just, I think it's the progress you hope to see a guy make every year. And to Charlie's credit and his hard work, he's doing that.
I find him a fascinating runner because he's an Ivy League sprint champion. But you look at him, and he looks like the kind of back that wants to go between the guard and the tackle and bull over a linebacker. And sometimes I wonder, does he have to make decisions on when to go through you and when to go around you? Because if he can get around you, nobody's catching him.
Yeah, we all know you're like a great Cowboys fan. And your favorite Cowboy of all time, because he got you 5 draft picks, was Herschel Walker.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying Charlie's Herschel Walker,
right.
But Herschel Walker was a big running back who was powerful and didn't just juke guys and beat them with speed. He was terrific at getting 4-yard runs and turning them into 6 or 7. And as Charlie's grown as a player here, he still has the occasional long run, but this is, we play good competition. You're not running on air when you get to the secondary, so it's very difficult to get those 40-yard runs often. The game's mostly turning 3 into 5 and 5 into 7, and that's where Charlie's really improved.
A week ago, we're talking about the big receivers in Jesper Horsted and Steven Carlson. And then last week, Alex Parkinson becomes, a red zone threat, catches a touchdown pass. And it all of a sudden, what we wondered, how much depth is there at the wide receiver position? It looks like you've got a lot of it.
Yeah, Alex was having a phenomenal training camp and was right there with, Carlson and Horsted. And then he had a minor injury, missed about 7 days. And I thought last week's practice, he was full speed. He really looked good at practice, and it translated into a really good game for him.
I know, and just talking to you after the game that, you weren't thrilled with the way the defense handled the fourth quarter. And in a situation like that where it's a 28-point lead, you can learn lessons from it. But there will be times, maybe you're defending a 7-point lead or a 10-point lead. I mean, how much do you have to grow and kind of build from that fourth quarter?
And that's on me as a coach. I wasn't happy with how we played things, but there's a time to be aggressive on defense. And then there's times where keeping the ball inbounds, they had 1 timeout left, and just funneling them and keeping the clock going is more important. And the only way you lose a 28-point lead with 10 minutes, 9 minutes to go is if you're giving up big plays or you're having turnovers or things like that. And I don't want our guys to be greedy in those situations. And I got to make sure that I'm making those points clear to our players, our coaches. We can do better in those situations, and I think we will going forward. But on the whole, I was really happy with how they played.
We talked about C.J. Wall last week. He obviously had the interception at the end of the game, but you're playing Trevor Forbes a lot at the nickel. You're playing DeLon Stallworth a fair amount at cornerback. Those are 2 important positions that you're giving to freshmen, or that freshmen have earned, I should say, coming into league play where you've got offenses going fast and furious. So how have you evaluated those 2 in 2 weeks?
Yeah, they both played at a really high level. They're fun to, all 3 of them, they're fun to coach. We have some young guys and veteran guys right behind them that are pushing. And the competition we've had since day one in the defensive backfield has been outstanding. It's been fun to watch. I think we're getting better performance out of all of them because of that. This week's challenge is going to be immense. Columbia's wide receivers, they got 2 sophomores in Wainwright and Smith that are just been dominant. Really, the last 5 games last year, Wainwright hit us for an 88-yarder last year, and then obviously the first 2 games this year. They're terrific players.
When you look at that offense, they've been efficient. The quarterback, 5 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. They haven't been giving up short field position. Is it a matter of, in a lot of ways, I mean, the stats bear it out. Those are his 2 threats. Every other receiver has maybe 2-3 catches. Why haven't teams been able to match up with those two guys?
Well, you see it with us. When you have multiple guys, you can't double cover everybody. And, they got multiple guys. They have a terrific scheme. Their quarterback's not only a threat as a terrific passer, he can run with the ball. He's very deceptive in his play actions. I really think all around they're really executing on offense better than at any point since I've been here.
Defensively, they haven't given up first half points. Their front looks like, and it was a strength last year, and I know they lost a couple of seniors, but they're loaded up again up front, and it looks like they're saying, you're not going to run on us, you're going to have to throw. Is that kind of what their defense is?
A little bit. They're aggressive. Their corners are press man. They are in your face. They are built as a team to be successful this year. Senior quarterback, long time, he's played a lot of games and 10-game starter. Seniors on the offensive line, seniors on the defensive line, seniors at corner. Like, that's the recipe for success in this league. And then they mix in a group of veteran and young guys around them that are flying to the football. But, they got a great recipe to be a successful team, and they're developing their guys. That front is not only one deep, it's two deep and really about 10 strong that they'll play and play successfully.
Still only week 3 of a 10-week season. You're going to try to improve throughout the year. But, now that you've played 2 games, do you feel like you have a good handle on your team and you feel like you know what to expect from them on Saturdays?
Yeah, I think our guys know how to prepare. They know how to work hard. They get that aspect of football. We come out on a Tuesday and we get a great day's work. We come out on a Wednesday, our guys are prepared, great day's work. I think they get it. Somebody said, well, the scores and this and that. The film doesn't lie. As coaches and players, we watch video. This is an outstanding team we're playing this week. And if there was any hint of guys that are going to take a team lightly, it's not showing up at practice. These guys understand that every play in a game like this is going to matter.